Sovereign, beautiful, and powerful are what come to mind when we think of these Disney protagonists.
Great. She brings home a sword. If you ask me, she should have brought home a man.
Excuse me. Does Mulan live here?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 greatest Disney princesses.
Oh, Prince?
For this list, we're looking into the powers, privileges, and personalities that make up the female leads for films made by Walt Disney Animated Studios.
Listen with your heart, you will understand.
The princesses do not need to be born into their royalty, but they must at least be considered part of the Disney Princess media franchise to make the list. We're also excluding Pixar films.
You've always been there for me. You've never given up on me.
Number 10. Anna, Frozen.
Do you want to build a snowman?
She doesn't have icy powers and is second in line for the role of queen, but will be damned if her quirky charm doesn't see her through.
Prince Hans of the Southern Isles.
Princess Anna of Arendelle.
Anna certainly has a lot to overcome to be recognized as a standout character. But even when her older sister doesn't show her much love, she remains unwaveringly positive.
Anna, what do you know about true love? Well, more than you. All you know is how to shut people out.
Much more than any other Disney princess, she is eccentric and weird. But that's exactly what makes her perfectly relatable to the younger ladies of today.
Let it go, can't hold it back anymore.
Despite her quirkiness and a neglectful backstory, her can-do attitude serves her, her sister, and Arendelle well.
Let it go, I am one with the wind and sky.
Number 9. Rapunzel, Tangled.
Oh, it's nothing.
Similar to our last entry, this is another kooky human gal.
All right.
Stolen from her parents at birth because she possesses hair with the power of healing, Rapunzel's status as a princess directly affects the rest of her story. Trapped by Mother Gothel in a tower for years, she is curious of the outside world and enthralled with excitement over every detail she discovers of it.
Don't ever ask to leave this tower again.
Unbeknownst to her, it's her real parents who send out the lanterns she spots in the sky every year in the hopes of their royal daughter finding her way back to them. But things soon change with the arrival of Flynn Rider.
You know, I can't help but notice you seem a little at war with yourself here.
Not only are we oh so glad for the subsequent adventure she embarks upon, but it also doesn't hurt that she's voiced with spunk and energy by Mandy Moore.
Well...
Number 8. Princess Aurora, Sleeping Beauty.
The Princess Aurora.
Princesses seem to have a real knack for getting taken away from their homes. Renamed Briar Rose by her fairy godmothers after she's cursed to fall into a deathly sleep on her 16th birthday, Aurora is as traditional as princesses come.
Little princess, my gift shall be the gift of beauty.
She is betrothed to her Prince Philip at birth and must even be rescued from the grasp of a fiery dragon. She also manages to teach audiences everywhere to follow their dreams and to watch out for spinning wheels.
I know you, the gleam in your eyes is so familiar a gleam.
Number 7. Snow White, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, how silly of me. I'm Snow White.
She's the original Disney princess from the very first Disney animated feature film. With a singing voice rivaling that of Betty Boop, Snow White is almost the archetype that other Disney princesses aspire to emulate.
With a smile and a song.
Her gracious vocals bring the animals in to help her in her day-to-day activities, but she's also kind and caring enough to act as a mother figure for the dwarfs around the cottage.
Why, there's 7 little chairs. Must be 7 little children. And from the look of this table, 7 untidy little children.
She may not be the fairest one of all on our list, but she's certainly a pioneer of them all. Number 6. Pocahontas.
My name is Pocahontas.
The one who can paint with all the colors of the wind is our next entry.
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
While factually incorrect from her real-life counterpart, Pocahontas represents almost a changing of the guard for Disney princesses.
Daughter, stand back.
I won't! I love him, Father.
Self-assured in her approach to life, she is understanding of all the elements around her, but also has rebellious elements to her personality, as shown by the fact that she doesn't blindly accept the man her father chooses for her to marry.
My father wants me to marry Kocoum.
Kocoum? But he's so serious.
I know. My father thinks it's the right path for me.
Her power as princess and daughter of the chief is not wasted either, as she manages to cease the conflict between the Native Americans and the British settlers.
No matter what happens, I'll always be with you. Forever.
Number 5. Princess Jasmine Aladdin. She's a total package princess fit for an Arabian night. Jasmine makes her mark by being the first human Disney princess to obviously be of a different race in the Walt Disney Animated Classic series. But that's not all that's great about her.
I've never even been outside the palace walls.
But Jasmine, you're a princess.
Then maybe I don't want to be a princess anymore.
She's also incredibly goal-driven and motivated to not remain shielded from the outside world.
That stupid law. This isn't fair. I love you.
It's almost a chore to say that a lot of Disney princesses want more for themselves. But Jasmine is one of the few who actually prefers to see less luxury and lead a simpler lifestyle with relatable friends.
I've never had any real friends. Except you, Raja.
Now that's something you don't see every day.
I'm sorry I lied to you about being a prince.
I know why you did.
Number 4. Fa Mulan, Mulan.
Fa Mulan.
Present.
The only princess not to actively seek out romance or higher living, is the only child of the Fa family.
I've got a name. And it's a boy's name, too.
Set during the time of Han China, Mulan's story is one of infiltration as she decides to disguise herself as a man to fight in the war against the Huns, so that her elderly father doesn't have to.
What do we want? A girl worth fighting for.
Her bravery is clear, but her personality also mixes in a balance of intelligence, although she's slightly clumsy in her approaches.
Why, you clumsy!
While she wasn't born into and didn't marry into royalty, Disney recognizes her as part of their princess lineup. And we can't argue with that, as she's proven she's more than worthy of the title. Number 3. Princess Ariel, the Little Mermaid.
I want to be where the people are.
Born a princess of the sea under King Triton, this underwater princess is most recognizable for having the most passionately beautiful voice of all other Disney princesses.
What's a fire and why does it, what's the word, burn?
So much so that it's recognized as a powerful commodity by the evil Ursula, who convinces the naive mermaid to trade away her voice for a shot at the human Prince Eric.
Now sing.
If there's one aspect that's attributed to Ariel that also makes her stand out, it's her rebellious nature, as she runs away from home to chase down her own wants and goals.
Oh my gosh! Have you ever seen anything so wonderful in your entire life? Wow!
While she may not know much about the world yet, she's willing to do whatever it takes for what she believes in, and is quite the inspiration. Number 2. Belle, Beauty and the Beast.
Little town, it's a quiet village. Every day, like the one before.
The French maiden whose name literally translates to beautiful. She is the literal belle of the ball when it comes to Disney princesses.
Thank you.
Finding herself in her own personal love triangle with a ferocious beast and a womanizing pig of a man. She's looked upon as weird and eccentric simply for being book smart.
How can you read this? There's no pictures.
Well, some people use their imagination.
But when you really think about it, she's actually quite the role model.
I want adventure in the great white somewhere.
Caring and brave in nature, Belle is much more than a provincial princess.
Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions.
You just kissed yourself a princess.
And I'm about to do it again.
Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be.
Number 1. Cinderella.
All right, I'm coming.
This fairy tale princess is a shoo-in for number 1.
Oh, it's a beautiful dress. Did you ever see such a beautiful dress?
It's no secret that almost all Disney tales are based on fairy tales or real stories. But it's this animated musical fantasies princess, inspired by Charles Perrault's written version, that has transcended pop culture like no other.
So this is what makes life divine.
Instantly recognizable is the story of the lowly stepdaughter forced to work by her evil stepfamily without hope of salvation.
There's the large carpet in the main hall.
Clean it.
And yet, Cinderella maintains a good and hopeful attitude to her life.
Thank you. Thank you so much for everything.
The second heroine to be given the title of Disney Princess, her plights are one of the most empathetic of them all, even though she's the least deserving of her troubles. Telling us that a dream is a wish your heart makes, we sure are glad that hers came true. Do you agree with our list?
I mean, I do.
Which Disney princess do you think is the greatest?
My name is Mulan.
For more magical top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to MsMojo.
But I just got here.